hello, Roberta. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, so proper. I'm doing very well, thank you. Excuse me, so formal. Is Roberta in the building?
Hold on, she here.
Okay. It was giving Roberta. I know. So what do you do? What do you normally do on like the weekends?
I actually work on the weekends.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I got a lot of things that I'm doing in the organization that I work for. We plan festivals and stuff like that, so it's a lot of work.
Oh, what kind of festivals?
We do like health and wellness festivals, youth empowerment festivals. I'm planning a fashion show in December, which is sort of one of the festivals, but in the fashion show version. So, yeah.
The fashion show version, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, when should we expect that, the fashion show?
The fashion show is December 9th.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're in the process of solidifying the venue. So I'll send out details as we get them.
Okay, so to be continued.
To be continued.
Okay.
Definitely a continuation.
Okay, I like that. So I know you were born and raised in North Lawndale. Shout out to North Lawndale.
Shout out, West Side.
Right? Yeah. So tell me what that was like growing up.
Yeah, I grew up in North Lawndale. It was a little crazy, you know, back then. I can remember the 90s. I can remember being in grammar school and specifically 7th and 8th grade. And I remember, like, I grew up on Polk in St. Louis.
Okay.
Right? And I went to Gregory Elementary. And I did graduate from there. But I can remember, like, when I was really young around that time and I used to, like, try to be outside all the time. My mama was not having it. Like, if anybody from my neighborhood remembers my mom, she would, like, come look for us. She would hunt us down. Yes, because she didn't, you know, she knew how it was. And we just recently learned some things about her. So she knew what it was.
Yeah.
And she didn't want anything to happen to us. But at the same time, you know, you got a lot of peer pressure and all that. So it was easy for me to fall into the type of lifestyle that I had witnessed from my previous family members. Yeah, so I remember when I was young, I think I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. And I remember this guy, my friend, and we used to hang out. We used to go to the movies together. And then out of nowhere, something happened to him. Somebody just came up and shot at their house or something. I don't even know all the details because I was always too traumatized to ask.
Yeah.
But he died. He was murdered.
A 7th grader?
He was a little older. But I just like remember back to that time, and we used to call ourselves dating.
Being fast.
But that was the first time that I experienced trauma like that. Right? Yeah, like I was young.
Was he your first boyfriend?
He wasn't really my boyfriend. We just like went around telling each other we were dating because we would hang out all the time. We'd go to the movies all the time. He would like pay for everything. Aww. He was such a gentleman. And I will never forget him. But that was one of the first times I experienced like somebody close to me being killed. And it felt horrible. Like not being able to sleep. I had questions, but I was too afraid to ask. Like, what happened? Because I don't think I really wanted to know what happened. I didn't want to know who it was. I didn't want to know, like, you know.
Did you ever find out as an adult?
No.
You still too afraid to ask?
I don't know if it was somebody looking for somebody. I don't know if it was a mistaken identity. I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know. And I never had the courage to ask.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that was like the first time I remember like a traumatic experience happening that affected me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also remember being outside one night and sneaking out and my mama telling me to get my butt home, but she was at work. And I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. And I remember gunshots. And when we heard the gunshots, everybody ran. This was the first time I had actually witnessed, like, hearing the gunshots. You know, normally you at home, you sit on the couch, you like, pop, pop, pop. You like, oh, what's that? Your mama like, get out. And you don't know what's going on. But I was actually outside. I didn't see anything, but I heard it.
Was it close?
It was close. It was very close. It was so close that when I turned around and realized everybody was gone, I saw a body on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started running, I started panicking, and I got home, and they had came, the paramedics came and, you know, tried to revive him. He passed away. He didn't make it, unfortunately. So that was tough too. So that was like another big thing that like affected me. But you know what? After that one, I feel like I started to become numb to like death. Like, what's gonna happen? There's nothing you can do about it. You can try your best to run from it, but it may follow you. Like, it's gonna happen. It can happen violently. It can happen health-wise. It can happen as a freak accident. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
And I think I decided at a young age, like, I'm not gonna let it affect me in that way. So I started becoming numb to it.
Do you think it was like going numb because it was too much pain to bear, and to have it happen so much, it's like, I'm tired of feeling this way, so just shutting that emotion off? Or that it's just like, this is just so all the time, so normal that whatever. Not like whatever, but you know, like, it is what it is.
I got you. I didn't like feeling pain. It had nothing to do with what happened to the other person. It was just, I felt weak in those moments. I felt defenseless in those, like, I couldn't do anything. I can't bring them back. I can't do any of that. And why am I sitting here crying and being angry and frustrated, and I can't do anything? Even if I wanted to go back and retaliate, then what?
Yeah.
Now you running for your life, and you looking over your shoulders every chance you get. And for me, I just decided numbing myself to the pain was one of my defense mechanisms. It was one of the ways it helped me through life. Probably didn't really help me the way that I think it did, because it made me a type of way.
But you survived. I survived.
But the way that it made me led me into my high school years, which was not so great. It got a little rough, you know. It got crazy, you know. I was, when I was in high school, it was my freshman year. And, I'm telling on myself, but it was my freshman year. And I remember I was dating this guy. He was older. So, of course, I'm like, oh, snap, you know.
What's older?
Older. He was like, I don't know, 20. I don't know.
How old were you?
I was like 14.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, I thought I was cool. And all that numbing that I did, all that, I'm not going to let death hurt me. I'm not going to feel a certain type of way. I remember coming home from school, and I was on my way to meet my little boyfriend. And I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, you know, I'm getting ready to leave, you know, so come see me before I leave. I'm like, okay, cool. On my way to see him, gunshots. And when I knew it was him. When I got to the corner, and my friend turned around, she said, he gone. I said, no, he not. I'm on my way to get him. He not gone. And she just looked at me and she started crying. This was a guy that she called her brother. So they were really close as well, too. But she was also my best friend. And she knew at the time that I thought that I was expecting by him. So all that numbing went out the window.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I fell to the ground. My knees buckled. Like, my whole entire life had, like, changed, like, right in front of me. And I was scared. I was terrified, because I'm like, I don't even know if I'm pregnant. I don't even know what to do right now. And of course, my mama didn't know. I'm sorry, Sorry, mama.
Oh, we Jesus.
She didn't know. So, and I never told her. I never told her because I didn't, want her to keep me in the house more than what she already was, So,
yeah.
I had to deal with that because I had nobody to really talk to. I had my best friend who also called him brother, but she was hurt too, and I didn't want to be selfish and put all of my pain and hurt on her and make it worse for her. She already had to deal with it. So, yeah. And then from there, it was like death, 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 death. And I'm like, I don't know if I could.
Did you wall back up?
Did I what?
Wall back up, meaning did you go back home?
Yeah, my defenses went back up, yep. And I remember this guy I grew up with, I called him my brother. And we were just super close. But I loved his family loved us. Our brothers used to hang out all the time. And I used to just call him cousin, And this was a little, I can't even remember what year of high school it was, but I was in high school when it happened. And he was a sweet boy. He didn't do anything to anybody. He just, being outside making his little money. He protected me. If anybody said anything to me, he made sure that they knew who I was and that, hey, if you say anything to her, you gonna catch one. And that was the only time I seen him in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And shots rang out and he was murdered. And I remember at his funeral, my brother, I don't want to get emotional.
That's okay.
I remember being at his funeral and my oldest brother whispered in my ear. He was like, "It's okay. You got to get ready for me next." And I was like, no.
He said that?
He said it to me.
Oh my God.
He said, I got to get ready. And it hurt and I buckled. I fell to the ground. I was like, no. And me and him grew closer after that. And it was funny because the relationship just, it was so funny. But we grew closer after that because he did something to me. This guy that had passed away. I called him, cousin. He was everything I had, in that moment. Yeah. And when I lost him, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? This is the guy that protected me. We talked about him coming to my prom with me and everything because he just wanted to show up for me.
Yeah.
And I was so hurt. But when my brother said that to me, it broke me. And I'm sitting here feeling like, I'm building all these walls up just for them to all be crumbled and be torn down again. And my brother, after that, he started training me in a way to I don't want to say he was training me to be in the streets. That wasn't his. He didn't want me in the streets. Yeah, he wanted me to protect myself. And I remember there were times when he would call me to meet him. And I would drive to the location to meet him. And then he would have me waiting for an hour and a half. And I'm like, oh my God, where's this dude at? He knew I wasn't going to leave though, because he knew that if he told me he was coming somewhere, he was coming. Mm-hmm. And if he don't make it, something's horribly wrong. So I remember sitting there for hours and he was there the whole time. I didn't know he was there, but he was. And I remember feeling a really hard pop upside my head because he's trying to understand why I didn't see him coming. Mm. And he would try to instill it in me. You trying to be out here, you need to know how to be out here. Mm. You ain't finna be out here stupid. You ain't finna be out here and you ain't got no street smart. So he taught me a lot. And again, he didn't want me to be out there, but it's just kind of what our family did,
Yeah.
So he taught me a lot, and I took a lot from him, but then I kind of went and did my own thing unbeknownst to him. And I was going being around people that was heavy in the game.
Mm.
And I remember like going, like doing my own thing, hanging out and making drops, doing all the stuff. You know,
You was living.
I was living.
She said, I was in it. You know, life was lived.
I was living. I witnessed a lot of things. I was a part of a lot of things. And it changed me.
Yeah.
It gave me this mentality of like, F it. You know, and I think that what my brother said to me drove me down a darker path because I felt like I needed to learn how to protect him.
Mm.
And I didn't know how to protect him. I couldn't protect the boy that I called cousin. I couldn't protect the boy that I was currently dating. I couldn't protect the boy that I called myself dating in high school and we were just really friends. Like I couldn't protect any of them. And so you being my brother and making that statement to me, I'm not just taking that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm broken in this moment, but once I wiped my tears and I got back up after that funeral, I immediately started making moves. I started making phone calls. My brother would tell me who I could trust and who I couldn't trust. And I could only trust a handful of people. And he told me how to learn the people I can trust and I can't trust. How to maneuver when I'm in the streets. And this one incident happened. One of his friends went to jail. And I remember him. He was at home and he told me to do something for him and I did it. And then we all did it. And then a few days later, the police came knocking on the door. And I looked at him and I was terrified. Because I'm like, how did you know they were coming? And he was like, how you think I knew?
Mm.
And I sat for a second with myself and I thought about it. And I remember like, I think I get it. I think I'm good. I think I get it. I think I'm good. You've taught me well. And I went and started doing my own thing.
So you was living, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Well, more or less that you was living and you got to experience things, and from that you got to grow, right?
Definitely grow. There is some definite growth.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. But as you know, CLF is all about lived experiences.
Yes.
So how would you say your lived experience shaped who you are today?
That's a great question. There was a lot of different ways. So one of the ways my lived experience shaped me was I do a lot of work in the community around mentorship, and I mentor young girls. I love mentoring young girls. The reason is because I remember when I was younger, and I would engage in conversations with girls that were younger than me that felt comfortable talking to me. The problem was I didn't have any answers for them. They were like, oh, my mom did this, my brother did that. I heard the gunshots that killed my brother. And they're like traumatic experiences. Oh, wow. And I had no answers for them. I didn't know what to say to them. There were times where they would cry. And I'm like, okay, let's take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And I could have spoken to them from the trauma I experienced, but I had no clue if it would work. And I decided that I was going to start having answers for them. And I sought out a mentor for myself.
Oh, I love that.
Yep, I got a mentor. I started growing and developing. I started gaining my voice back because over the time doing all of this stuff and not trusting people, like you lose your voice.
Yeah.
Because you're not quick to tell people what's going on with you. You want to hide it. You want to push it down and keep it away so the world doesn't get in and break you again.
What is that?
A girl.
What? Like, I do that too. I get that.
Yeah. So I made a vow to myself and I said, the next time I speak to a young girl, I will have an answer for her. Even if it's not the full answer, I'm going to give her something to help her go on throughout her day feeling confident about it. And then we try again tomorrow with something else.
Oh, I love that. Were you getting a lot of positive feedback and responses from the young ladies?
I was getting responses from their parents. Their parents would call me. I thought they were calling to get me. Like, you're talking to my baby. But no, they were calling saying, hey, I just want to call you. Don't know me. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for talking to my daughter. We've gotten closer. She talks about you all the time, and I want to know if we can set something up. Like, they were like, man, can I take you to dinner? Can I, they were grateful. But I was happy. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so if I can affect one person and 2 people and 3 people, I need to make this a thing. And I started checking into it. And this is where it landed me today.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Sharing your heart.
Yeah, still wanting to. I have a lot of dreams and aspirations around making mentorship as great as it can be. But I know I have to start here in my community. So,
yeah.
Shout out to CLF.
Okay, period. Jermaine and Alex, shout out. Yes.
Get that away.
Who would you say is the most influential person in your life? And why?
Oh, that is a great question. I think I need a second. Only because there's a few people that I look up to. But the person that influenced me to like kind of go hard and do what I do, I think is my brother. My eldest brother. He was a provider for my family. He took care of us. My mom was working 2 jobs, she wasn't always home. She was a great mom, but she just was busy and trying to pay the bills and all that. And I always remember my brother being there. Oh. Even when I made my little crazy transition to the streets, my brother was there. He didn't know that I was doing the stuff that I was doing. Or maybe he did, and I just don't know. True. But he was there, and he influenced me to be better. And when I shifted my life and I started doing better and becoming a mentor and all of that, everything he told me back then still lined up with the good stuff I was doing. And it took me a while, but I'm like, I feel like he was setting me up for whichever way I went in life. Yeah. And now that I'm on this path, like, sometimes I have dreams about him, like the stuff he told me. And it applies to today. And he makes me fight harder for the people that I help. And my brother that passed, he was on him like heavy, like, dude, get it together. And when we lost him, I think that encouraged me even more. And I would call my brother and talk to him, and he would just build me up, like, man, you gotta do this. And he would always say, you the one, right? Like, I'm the one out the family. And he's like, you gotta do it. And I felt like I couldn't do it. I felt like I had done so much wrong that there was no way of rectifying it. And it took him to influence me that, like, no, you can do this. You're the one. There's nobody else. We all who we are. It's you. And I got saved. And I started following God. But he supported me all the way. And that's my biggest influence.
Yes, shout out to the brother.
Shout out to bro.
Yes. Yeah. Way to look out for your sister. Yeah. I love that. I love that for you.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So, with that being said, we're actually now in the part of the show where we do Guess the Black Movie Quote.
Ay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So basically, you get 4 tries.
All get 4?
Yes, you get 4 tries. Okay, you get 4 tries. With more, you get 4. There are going to be 4 movie quotes that I give you throughout this process. Right? Okay. So you're going to guess. I'm going to give you a movie quote. You're going to guess which movie it is from, and then you're going to get a yay or nay. Okay. Now, hopefully, you don't bring us down as the culture. So,
okay.
And we can blame it on the other parts of you.
Well, I let me say, disclaimer, I was not watching movies. I was in the streets. So that is my excuse.
Good movies was good movies, okay? You ain't have an hour. You can give these people out. All right, Berta. Friend, come on now. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. I'm going to give it to, I'm going to make it a little easy for you so it could be a quick one. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You got the juice now, man. Wow. You should see your face of cluelessness. Help.
I thought it was I got the juice now.
No. I mean, okay, so what movie is that quote from?
I don't even know still.
She gonna try to correct me in the quote, but then don't know what movie it is from. Black people.
Well, the name of the movie happened to be in the line.
Yeah.
Juice.
Yeah. So both quotes happened, but this is a different quote from the same movie. This was like right after he like pushed Buddy off the roof, Tupac, and then he came down trying to act like that didn't happen. And he goes through the crowd. And they like, you got the juice now, man. And then like he walks off, and it goes off. It's like the end of it.
I vaguely remember, just couldn't recall the movie.
That's okay. Here's the second one. You ready?
Yep.
Would you like to have some dinner with us tonight? It's just leftovers. Collard greens, cornbread, some candy yams, a little potato salad, fried chicken, peach cobbler, and a few slices of ham.
I absolutely give up. I do not recall that anywhere in my memory.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another quote from the same movie.
Okay.
I hope you're not watching me walk away. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, I shall give you people. Whitney Houston played in said movie. She go by, she was in the movie. Yeah. Loretta Devine. There are rare moments where I'm embarrassed. Okay.
You really threw me when you said Whitney was in the movie.
Waiting to exhale.
Oh, shoot. Oh my God. I'm embarrassed. I saw that movie like 4 times, bro.
We talked about it, bro, that you seen the movie. Oh, wow. It's okay. No worries. It's fine, We have 2 more to go, and so it's always best to get 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. More chances.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, here we go. And where's Daddy? He never home. He's supposed to be home sometimes. Little girl, curly hair, red hair. Megan Good is in this movie. It's like a 90s movie.
Oh, girl. She won in that many movies.
No offense to Megan Good. She was in enough. You need more help?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I can't remember the actress name.
Mm-hmm.
But did you watch Love and Basketball?
Yeah.
You remember the mom?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie. Mm-hmm.
With Megan Good?
Mm-hmm. That's his daughter.
You lost me.
Ease by You?
Talked about that movie.
I know. I tried to help you a little bit, and you know. You still know.
I know. Sorry.
Wow. That's okay. Again.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. Here's the last one, the final one. I think I might love her. Love? You forgot the rule. Players don't feel. That's like a pimp with a health plan. I love my sisters. You guys are like apples and oranges. Megan Good is actually in this movie as well.
Don't try to come back for her.
Yeah.
No.
But I did help her situation.
Yeah, no.
Gabrielle Union is in this movie as well.
Along
Along with LL Cool J.
Is Queen Latifah in this?
No, she's not.
Okay, then I don't know it.
Okay, you know, like, I can't even be offended because you're like supporting the Queen. So, but is Deliver Us from Eva?
You know what? I have never seen that movie.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay.
I've never seen it.
Oh, that was so sad inside. It's okay. You know what? That was actually a good try, right? You got 2 out of 4, which isn't bad, right? So claps in the background. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, yes. Okay. So hopefully CLF can give you a little bit more black cinema. I don't know, but no. But how did you hear about CLF? Yes.
Well, a friend of mine told me about CLF.
Good job, friend. Good job.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Miss D, told me about it. And I wasn't gonna apply at first.
I remember I had to hound you down.
Yeah, you had to stalk me down,
like stalker, no stalking.
Yeah, and I think I applied on the last day. And I'm so glad I did, because had you not called me and stalked me down to apply, I would have regretted.
Oh yes,
100%. Honestly, I think I would probably be somewhat depressed.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh man,
it would have been a bummer though. It would have been a bummer had you not applied and not been able to experience all these amazing things. That'd have been so sad. I probably would have like talked crazy to you for a little bit there. I wouldn't have let you let it go. Every time
usual.
You know what? Every time I would have went to a session, I'd been like, "Girl, let me tell you what happened. You should have been there." Then I'd have pushed it where you would have applied this year.
Yeah,
I think you would have if you would have. I'm glad you applied though.
Me too. I'm in a good place now. I'm in a really good place.
Yeah,
and I have really good things coming up. So
yes, you do. Yes. So tell me, how has your experience been so far as a fellow?
Oh, let me tell you. So it has been phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. I'm doing things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. Like, I just started my business. I've been wanting to start a business for years.
Yeah.
And I never had the courage to do it. And even when I got like the strength to do it, or I had moments where I was confident that, to go ahead and go forward with it, right before I did it, fear set in. Because I'm like, who's going to support me? I'm the supporter. I support everybody. Yeah. I go to everybody's event, I show up, I help, I volunteer. But a lot of people didn't show up for me. And when I got close to it, they're like, oh, we got you. And then right at the last minute, nobody showed up. And I got afraid. But CLF, like, I get to the finish line and I turn around and everybody there.
Yeah.
It's like a family. So I'm definitely grateful for you even mentioning it to me, bringing it to me, and stalking me down to apply. Because I kid you not, this is the best thing I could have done for my life.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm forever grateful.
I love that for you. I love that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've had an amazing experience so far. What's been your favorite part about it all?
My favorite part, I have a lot of favorite parts. If I could like hone in on one, is I appreciate the camaraderie. Yeah, like I met people that I didn't know but was like in the same community as me. And we're all like a family. Like, we're different. Mm-hmm. We have different opinions, we have different views, but we support each other. Yeah. Doesn't matter what's going on, what's happening. Like, we got a whole group chat, and like there's nothing but love and support in there. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it because right before deciding to apply, I was in a situation where I had lost my entire support system. Mm-hmm. And so to lose that and to jump into another space where I don't have to be afraid or scared that nobody's going to be there for me. Yeah. Like, I got a whole team that I ain't even know these people weeks ago. And now, like, if I pick up the phone, I got a group of people to support me. And I couldn't have asked for anything else. Like, it's, yeah. Yeah. You're so silly.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I know that Jermaine and Alex is going to love that too, because that's been the goal. Yeah. That's the goal, to bring these opportunities to Westside leaders, to, put them in rooms that they normally wouldn't have been in, and to change their perspective, to help in whatever way, and give a family, create a forever long-lasting network of people you can reach in on.
And you know what else I appreciate about CLF? We've been placed around people. Well, I can speak for myself. I've been placed in rooms and around specific people that I didn't even think I needed. I didn't even think I needed to be around. Mm. Like, oh, I'm doing this and I want to do mentorship and all this and that. And I'm sitting in a room with, a person that's teaching me how to do storytelling. Yeah. What does that have to do with mentorship? It has everything to do with mentorship. It is the life of a mentor, right? Yeah. So being introduced into these spaces and seeing how it coexists with what I'm doing, and like learning all of these tools that I didn't have before, that I didn't even think I needed, man, I am so grateful. And I'm so excited and so happy, because now I get to implement all these things that I know. Yeah. And I get to share my experience with those that are around me or that come to me for support. So, shout out to them.
Right? Yeah. So I know you do a variety of things in life, right? Mm-hmm. But as you mentioned on the show, something that's near and dear to your heart is mentoring. Yes. So tell us about everything that you do. I know you do a lot. So what do you do?
Yeah, so I do a lot. I am a mentor, of course. I do spoken word. I model sometimes. I do entrepreneurship. I teach hand knitting.
Yes. I made a scarf thanks to Roberta.
Yes. I teach with your hands, with your bare hands. So it's pretty cool. I teach expression. I teach youth how to express themselves through different forms of art. So it can be dance, it can be modeling, it can be spoken word, whatever. But I teach expression. And yeah, there's several more things, but I can talk all night. I'm the Jane of all trades.
But you were talking about your business earlier, right? Yes, you just started your own business. I did. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So I started a program called the Blossom Room. The Blossom Room is basically a safe space for young girls to come and learn their true identity and to learn how to express themselves through different forms of art, some of those which I just named. And it gives them skills they need to navigate the world. I know a lot of times we instill in our kids, you go to school, graduate, get a degree. And I'm with that. I agree with that. That's great. However, our girls have a hard time going through society. They're told to be a certain type of way. They're told to follow certain things, or you have to look like this, or you have to be like that. And what if that's not who they are? Yeah. What if they really just truly want to learn who they are and then maneuver through life that way? So that's where I come in. I allow them to tap into their true identity. And once they do that, they're able to navigate the earth. They're able to navigate the world, not the way society says they should, but the way that they believe and feel that they should. So I'm basically giving them their voices back. Yeah. Some of them don't even know they have a voice, and some of them have lost their voice. So my job is to come in and say, hey, I see you. I know who you are, right?
Yeah.
Let me help you become that. And guess what? If we get to a place where they feel like, no, I'm not this. I don't want to be this anymore. That's okay. Guess what? We're going to explore something else because you're going to find who you are. And that's what I want to do. I want to give them that. Nobody gave it to me. I had to search and search and search. Sometimes I still feel like I'm searching. But that's okay.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Life is a journey.
Yep. Oof. Sometimes it can be rough.
Trials and tribulations, a little bit of lessons that God is like, gotta learn this a little bit.
Yeah.
It's God's hands on your shoulder. He still got you though.
Oh yeah, because God be coming through for you.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
Well, I ain't finna get out.
You like say, won't he do it?
Won't he do it now? Honestly, like, won't he? I want to take a moment to shout out to God. Yeah. You ain't let me down yet, bruh. There's been some questionable moments, but you ain't let me down.
He been coming through. I ain't mad at it.
I know you worked on a bunch of projects in the past. Yeah. So what are some projects you worked on? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the projects I worked on was called FACE, Bringing Awareness to Suicide Everywhere. And from that project, I birthed a campaign. The campaign was called the Hear Our Hearts campaign. And what that campaign did was it allowed me and the girls that were a part of the project to go around and basically speak our truth. We shared our truths, some things that we've been through, whether it was depression or just trauma. And we shared those things with people, and we asked those people to share their trauma and their pain and their hurts with us through the form of a written letter. And they did it. And we had a plan to take those written letters down to Springfield because we wanted them to hear us. And we wanted to show them that what they call safety is not safety to us. And we wanted to show them the things that we went through and that all the things that happened to us. And to show them, like, you don't know because you're not here.
Yeah.
Not only are you not here, you don't experience the things that we experience, and we don't eat off the same plate. And so we weren't able to do it. However, the Blossom Room will be bringing that back this time, and we will get a chance to go to Springfield.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Are you working on any current projects? I know you mentioned the fashion show earlier, but are you working on anything outside of that, or you want to give us a little bit more details about it?
So I'm also a spoken word artist, and I am working next year to do a showcase. But this showcase is going to be a little bit different. Nothing out of the norm, things you've probably seen before. But I want to dedicate these showcases to our youth, our up-and-coming spoken word artists or poetry, or those youth that have a voice and they want to share their stories with the world. And we're going to just do a series of showcases, and we're going to do a final showcase that's going to end in a scholarship. So those details will be coming soon.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I love that. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you were a spoken word artist, correct?
Yes, correct.
Asking for the audience, simply for the audience and myself. Is there a chance that you can give us a little, a little bit of something? A little sprinkle, if you will.
A little sprinkle.
Asking for being audience members.
Okay. I could give you a little sprinkle.
I'm excited.
All right, okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, I'm ready. I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay, you got this.
All right, of course I have it. That's what I do.
Period.
All right. We love to hate. And the only time we come together is when catastrophic events take place. When tragedies like rape and murder become a case. Children on the back of milk cartons portrayed as just a face, and this hurts my heart because we love so much just to hate. Acting like the love of money is inevitable. Sending shockwaves through your brain and the pain feels electrical. Cold-hearted thoughts with mindless hearts pumping blood that's artificial. You mad because your enemy called you out and dissed you. Disrespected, thoughts flying like missiles, handguns and pistols, bullets piercing your physical. Can't you see? Your past missing you. Your present ain't enough and your future trying to get you. So they dismiss you, put you in a jail cell and script you. Write you off as some statistic while you call the local news and state how you sick of this. But from generation to generation, these effects keep trickling, leaving loved ones to hate the system, screaming F you to the police, and now instead of serving and protecting, they swerving and collecting. More than dead bodies though. Witnesses with no protection, Joe. They leaving us defenseless, so we back guns in which we get arrested for. But don't get me wrong, cause some of us deserve it. We killing each other for blocks that the city own. Put your face on a t-shirt, have a funeral just to watch another mother shed tears cause a shorty gone. Hey yo, Chicago, this the type of stuff we be on. And then you just end it like that.
Oh, drop the mic. Drop it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, did you just have to go and get nasty? So you are doing some amazing things, right? And I love that for you. So what are the future plans for Roberta? What does the future hold for you?
Well, I am currently expecting, so the future holds a little bitty baby. Yay! So I'm excited about that. But aside from that, I want to have my own youth center. And I am taking steps now to make sure that that is fulfilled.
So what would you like our audience to walk away with?
I would love for the audience to walk away with the idea that you're your only threat in life.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Nobody can stop you. It's your own mind, it's your own thoughts, it's your own fears that stop you from going forward. If you allow them to overtake you, then you will never be where you need to be. That's what I want to leave people with.
Snaps all around, period. Okay, I like that. Yep. Uh-oh. So, where can our audience find you online?
I am currently on Facebook under Roberta Bernice. That's where I do a lot of my beautiful work you guys will see about my mentorship I keep bragging about. So Roberta Bernice on Facebook. And that's it for now. I'm building up my other platforms and switching them over to business. So you guys will be able to see that soon, and I'll make an announcement for that.
An announcement coming soon. Hopefully we can get an exclusive and we can drop it on the show. Drop it. Mic drop. Yeah. So, Roberta.
Yes.
That actually brings us to the end of this show, girlfriend.
All right.
It's a wrap. How you feeling?
I feel great. I feel like I could take over the world.
Okay, period. Okay. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Girl power. Yes.
All day.
So thank you so much for coming here, sharing your story, making time to be here. I'm so glad I got to know more about you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciated this. And it was interesting to go back down memory lane. You actually just sparked some things in me, and I cannot wait to get home and have another conversation with my brother. I'd like to thank him for just the influence he had on my life.
Oh,
so
special thank you and shout out to Big Bro. Yes. Oh, I love that. But I did. So bye. See you guys later. If you enjoyed our show, please rate and review us on Google and Apple Podcasts. And be sure to come back next week to meet a few of our fellows. Until then, I'm your host, The Elegance Lane. And don't forget, live here, work here, lead here. For more information on CLF, please go to www.clfellows.org.
Hi, this is Alexandra August, Executive Director and co-founder of Community Leadership Fellows. I'd like to thank our advisors and seed investors who coached, mentored, and guided us through our exploratory year in order to make the investment in Westside Talent possible.